Stock Doctor. Here he is. It's me. It's his eye. We're just loading up stuff. I'm not sure, we had a little problem there. But anyway, this is Doc from North America. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Whoop. Now I got another commercial. Let's see. There it is. Hey, Janos. There we go. Here we are. And let's move that up and over. And that's the Swiss. Let's see what the Swiss is doing. Oh, that's not Swiss. This is what is that? That is the FTSE. Okay, that's the U.S. product of the FTSE. And there's the Swiss right there. You can see the dollar is riding down. Hey, Janos, good morning to you. Yeah, I thought I had things started, then it didn't start, then it started, and it didn't start. It's classic, And then let's see, there's the Swiss there. And let's get the fact check spreadsheet up there. And let's see, where else are we? Right, let's go find it. Right there, we're getting ready to go into December. This is going to be very fascinating. Last ones of November today. Right there. It's a 4-day weekend here in the States. So it turns it into really entertaining, So let's get rolling along here. Let's see. It should open up any second there. Minimize that. And we'll see the fact check spreadsheet pop out. And so you can see there the dollar Swiss moving down, and so the dollar is going down and the Swiss is going up, and I imagine we're seeing the same exact thing over on the euro. Let's check that out. And there's the fact check spreadsheet. Let's see where it has that on it. Let's cancel that. There we are. Is that the right one? No, that's the stock one. What did we do? Open up the wrong one. We opened up the wrong one. Right there. There we go. And we'll kill that one right there. There we go. And that is right there. You can see it there. And we have, that's line 21. You can see we are 1 week in a sell right there. 3 days in a sell. So the pressure is down on the product. There's no doubt about that. And you can see the Hinky Ashy on J4X is sliding down. A little bounce there, actually. Not too bad. We're seeing the same thing on our Chicago Quant right there. You can see right there. Same action. So we'll see how they go. Hey, Robin, how you doing? Got rolling. I thought I was in the middle of, one of the old chairmen was texting me, and I got lost in that. Next thing you know, it's 28 after. It's like, what? Yeah. And then I thought I was like 10 minutes, still more room. But anyway, we're back up and running. So let's see what we got going on here. It's a quiet Monday. The stock market seemed to move down a little bit somewhere along the line over the night, and then now it seems to be coming back. We'll see if it holds on, or tries to lift up, or it's that time of the year. It's the last day of the month, so it'll be very interesting to see how that plays out. Again, taxes have more of an effect than anything else at this point in time, and that is what's really moving the markets. I did see where Guggenheim stepped up and bought something interesting, like $531 million worth of Bitcoin. Supposedly that economist Beanie was on some type of tear, and after he got done, they bought it. I'm not sure what that's all about, but hey, Joshua, how you doing? So, I'm not sure what that all means, but we'll see. It's nice to see the cryptos gaining more and more credibility. So, Guggenheim is one of those the sky is falling type of funds. I think they got short somewhere in the middle of March. After selling out their positions, saying they'll wait. I'm not sure where they are. I have not seen the head of the Guggenheim fund, say anything positive about the market now that it's made everything back. I'd imagine that they are totally shell shocked and taking it right on the chin. Yeah, I imagine that they need to say stuff like that. So we'll watch and see. But I thought it was kind of funny. Guggenheim, panicked like usual. They usually do. They're not exactly the best managed. But then Guggenheim is dead. So it doesn't matter. There's nobody really to answer to. I don't know how much of public investors they have. I know that it's just money from, it's old money that's being run by a board, and so they don't really have to answer to anybody. You know, there's no stockholders or anything they have to answer to. I might be wrong about that, but I don't think so. I think that's the way they roll, because they usually come out with some of the most absurd statements, and are listed as, like, you know, very brilliant. But over the years, you know, they don't. I have a friend that's really close to the fund, and you know, there's no brilliance that's come out of that at all, as far as I can tell. But we'll see. Who cares? I mean, it's just like I said. It's nice to see the cryptos being bought. I like that. That's really cool, because we should show you the cryptos. Let's do the cryptos really quick here, unless someone wants to see something in particular. We'll just take a look at that, because I thought it was interesting to see the way they jumped all over the place. Let's see what J4X has for the cryptos. I know it's here, right there. There we go. And then let's go to this one. Let's see, where's it at? Right there. Whoop. Let's try that again. And find the crypto there. This is the Bitcoin future, the December contract, right there. And the 27th, it doesn't show any prices, and you can see it got down to was that 18,275. It dropped about $1,300, and now it's back up to almost $1,900 again. So you can see it drove it down, and now they're lifting it back up. And I saw it down at 16,000 and something, but who knows? With the holiday and futures trading, it always turns a little crazy around here. Janos says, "Hey, Janos, how you doing?" Not the top analyst, not Janos, the new viewer. Hey, how you doing? Let's see. Let's look at dollar CAD and Brent after crypto. Sure, we don't do Brent because that's on ICE, and we just don't subscribe to ICE. But we do have the you know, obviously there's a spread between West Texas Intermediate, so we'll do that. But let's go first to the Canadian dollar Canadian. Let's see what that looks like right there. As you can see, it's still moving down. It's been in a sell, even with it trying to get into buys here with the dots and all that stuff. It's missed it, and you can see it's going on a third week now on a sell. And then let's go, let's see, where's the mouse here? Let's go over to here, put it up on J4X. Right there. And so there is that. And then let's go down to line 20. You can see it there on our work. Whoop, that's all right, I got Swiss in there too. 2 weeks in a sell right there. 4 days in a daily sell. So somewhere, I guess it popped up into a buy. Let's see. Right there. That's a plus. So it jumped into a buy there on the 23rd. And then it went into a sell the next day again, right there. There we go. And so it's been a short for these days right here. Interesting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is the 5th day down. Okay, and that's where we are. So it jumped into a buy right there, because see, look at plot 1, it's a plus, and so is plot 4, it's a plus. Whereas obviously there it's all minuses. So it went into a sell here, went into the weekly sell here, then tried to jump in there, and then it went back into a sell again. Obviously you couldn't get long off of this solely because we're in a weekly sell. So there's the Canadian. Now let's go take a look at let's take a look at West Texas. West Texas. Texas T. Let's see, where do we go here? Go right to there. All right, there we are. And that is the January contract. All right, you can see here They took it down on this morning. I guess that it must be the same situation. So let's see. What was Friday? Was Friday the 20? So Friday was the 27th. So 28th and 29th. Yes. So Friday they had it down. They show it there, a low of 45.10 and a close of like 45.53, and then they drove it down today, and now it's coming back. I think a lot of that has to do with the electronic trading and the lack of participation and so forth. And let's save this too while I'm here. We'll save that like that. And so you can see here it's breaking down here. You see the white lines breaking down. You can see the white weekly went into a weekly buy last week. You go over to, that's line 5, right? Yeah, so line 5. 1 week in a buy, 6 days in a buy. So it's been showing the strength there for days in our math. Now, what we can do is, besides J4X being able to show you West Texas, I bet we can get Brent on J4X. Let's see if there's Brent on there. There's the Texas. There's gas. There's Brent right there. Let's take a look at Brent. And so it's only trading a couple dollars. What normally doesn't that kind of trade like a $4 or $5 spread, right? But right there you can see it's trading at about $1.50. And you can see it's trying to break down a little bit here. We got a red histogram going on right there, Hinky-Ashi right now. And you can see the white line is breaking down. And so we're seeing some weakness. And you can see the same thing here with our Texas, West Texas. The white line is breaking down and it's trying to break down more. So we'll see. We don't have a red dot here. We're still green. But the Hinky-Ashi is definitely pushing down at the moment here. So we'll keep an eye on that. We can show you through the Hinky-Ashi and the J4X overall. We can show you where Brent is. So that's cool. We can do that. So there we go with the Brent. Let's see. That answers that. Okay. I am planning to short oil with a stop approximately at 51. Wow. That's a nice move. Okay. You know, at this point, we're going into a weekly buy. I mean, we closed in a weekly buy. I wouldn't be too brave about being short. I would at least wait until you see a weekly sell signal from our math. But if you're going to go after it, do this. Try to emulate the J4X with the two different stochastics and the CCI, and see how you, you know, put that all together. You see what I'm saying? Let's see. Where are we at here? Okay, so that's what we see there. So I would say be careful with that 51 idea. You may get up to 51 and then it might go down. We're in a weekly buy, and you can see what happens when we go into weekly buys. Like here, they went into the weekly buy, and it found a way to climb from 40 to, was that 42.15. This one here was not a very good weekly buy. It went in it there at 40.19, and found a way over 5 or 6 days to get up to 41.35. So I hear you. The only good thing I see right now is this, where it's trying to break down on my work on a daily basis. And I can see here it's doing the same exact thing in J4X on Brent itself. So that's the sign that there's some short-term selling going on. The problem is that we're seeing signs that there's longer-term buying going on. And until we see that roll over, I'd be careful. So let's see, where are we at now? Okay, so I saw some Joshua. Oh no, I saw muscle. That's it. Middle-aged muscle said something. It looks like March corn is trying to break above the resistance this morning. Let's check it out. See what March corn looks like. Open right there. Let's see what the March corn looks like. And a lot of these things are going to work together. You know, corn and soybeans and crude oil and things like that. They kind of march in the same vernacular. Notice that's a deck wheat. Notice that? See how the pressure's on that? We're in a weekly sell on the deck wheat. We can come back to that. Let me just reload that too. And I'm just going to save it too at the same time. Since we're looking at it, we might as well save it. There's that. Now, Let's check out. There is. Let's see what December corn looks like first. Okay, December corn today is moving up nice and strong. It did that little hitch on the holiday week, and now it's trying to take off. Look at it, it's busting through the weekly really well. You're right about that. There's some strength, and the daily is trying to do the same right there. Let's reload that one more time just to see what it looks like. That's the deck. Now let's save that. And now let's go take a look at the March corn. Right there, there's March corn. Now see, they're not showing, they're not trading the March corn live at the moment. That's why I kind of leaned into taking a look at the that one first. So and those two are there. Now let's refresh that. But there's the 20 cents. So now, that's interesting. Is what is that? That's showing, for some reason, it's showing us where the algorithm is going to be when it finally does open up, and it's showing strength also. Look at that, the way it bounced off the line on the March corn also. And you can see we closed in a daily buy on Friday. Let's just take a look at the deck again. Yeah. Interesting. It's trying to lift through there too. Let's widen this a little bit. Not that. There we are. And see right there. Okay. I just want to resave that one again for the deck because it's a little bit more visual right there. And then we can go back to the March again just to get a better flavor of it right there, since it's not really giving us a indication yet. For some reason it's giving us the indication on a weekly basis. I'm not sure why that is, because I don't see, that's it. See that right there? There's nothing. So you might be seeing the March contract trade higher. My system right now is not giving it to us. Our brokerage house for some reason is not giving us a feed on that, but we'll save that and we'll go from there. But it is positive and it is lifting, which is very curious. And I don't know what else to say about that, I guess. Let's see. How's that, middle age? Let's see. Let me read that again. It looks like March corn is trying to break above resistance this morning. Yeah, it does, and it's curious, too, at the same time. Let's see what March wheat is doing. They're right next to each other. Let's see what that does. There's March wheat right there. And it looks like it's trying to turn up. Now, what is that? That's Friday, right? But the weekly is trying to turn up also. Let's take a look at the deck again of wheat. Now, that is rolling over. So that could be more of a delivery thing with the pressure on that, That's the only thing I'm thinking is it's March wheat delivery. December wheat delivery is starting to feel the pressure of the delivery itself. And notice it's been in a weekly sell for a couple weeks here, or at least 2 weeks. It's been in a weekly sell, and it's really gone nowhere. And then you had to pop on the day before Thanksgiving. No, there's Thanksgiving. 2 days before, they popped it up and then sold it right back down again. That could be delivery noise. That wouldn't surprise me. And they had to reach into the back months to spread themselves out of it. That wouldn't surprise me any. And that happens a lot. You get that delivery stuff going on. Does that make sense to you? That it could be delivery more over on the wheat side, and on the corn side, the strength could also be delivery. They must need the corn, Now, Giannis D says, I am planning to short. Okay, we read that. Joshua says, I use stochastics and CCI, but didn't know they're two. Yes, here, I'll show you on J4X. What we're using is the white line is a fast stochastic, and see the parameters there. Let's see if we can light that up even. Edit. We'll show you. There it is right there. That's the fast. That's all we're reflecting. Then what we use is the dotted gold line is the slow stochastic, like so. And there's the parameters to that. And we watch them trade against each other. That really helps out a lot. It gives you, a good flavor of what's going on. And so then, the dashed is a CCI. Let's give you a flavor of that. And that's running on a 14. I could have sworn we were using a 9 at one time, but I'm not going to worry about it at the moment. We need just to do more research on that. So, let's see. Joshua D says, thanks, cool. Excellent. And that was on the oil, okay, right? And it's in Joshua M. Okay, it says, was saying I was using Stochastic. Okay, all right, good. Good. I've described it all. I've answered all the questions. I like that. And so that is where we are at. Now, where were we? We were looking at currencies. If anybody wants to see anything particular in currencies, we were just looking at Canadian and seeing the weakness to that. So what we can do is we can jump over to the euro again. Or no, we haven't gotten to the euro. And there's the strength. Because, again, we're seeing the weakness in, I'm going to throw it up on J4X real quick here, is the Swiss. Where's the Swiss at? Dollar Swiss. I passed it up. There it is. And there is that. Okay? So, you know, what we're seeing here is the dollar Swiss, and we're seeing the weakness, which means that the dollar is going down and the Swiss is getting stronger. And right here you see the opposite. We're making new highs in the euro. And let's check that out. Let's see, where are we at here? Let's squeeze that a little bit and try to see. I guess they're going after the, what's the highs there? Back in, not far ago, you know, back in September. They ran it up to 120 and change. And so it looks like they're trying to make that move. Now that's line 14 on our spreadsheet. So we go over to the fact check spreadsheet here. We're going to light up both of them. We're going to light up cable and the euro. And you can see the euro has been in a weekly buy for 6 full weeks and 3 days in a daily buy. So we're seeing the strength there. So that makes sense. Let's see what it looks like on J4X. Right there. And you can see there, you know, you can see that action we're seeing there. You know, it's showing the strength also at the same time. Ah, Bill Williams, yeah. Bill's gotten better over the years. I have a client that uses, what did I use? Tom DeMark. They use my math and they use Tom DeMark's put together. I haven't seen Bill. Bill has gotten better. When I knew Bill 25, 35 years ago, he was more like I think it was Bill. I'll have to look it up. But he wasn't as good as he is today. He's gotten much better. He's aged well. Let's put it that way. His technical work has aged well. I agree. I'll have to take a look at his work. Well, we get some time, we'll take a look at it. I might even have the Bill, was it the Bill Williams? Let's see if we have an indicator on that. Let's see what we can do here. Insert study, because I do see it. It's a public indicator. It is floating around all over the place. The William indicator. There's VWAP. Let's see W's. I don't see it there. Okay. All right. My old my trade station has it on there. There's a Bill Williams indicator on there. Let's see. I'm just going to go through it. See if it has it anywhere up in here in the B's. I don't see it at all. Huh. Okay. I know I have Thomas DeMark and Bill Williams on my trade station. We'll have to turn that on one day and check it out. Interesting. All right, now, let's see. There's, like I said, there's the euro. And you can see the euro is firm. So now let's look at cable. And cable now is interesting. It went into the daily sell on Friday. Let's put that little red line in there. There we go. And I guess it's about unchanged. Nothing exciting. Staying in a weekly buy really well there. And as you can see on the spreadsheet, let's see, where is it at now? There it is right there. 7 weeks in a weekly buy, but it went into a daily sell on Friday, as you can see there, and as we showed you on the chart there. So it's both, doing the pressure thing at the moment. We'll see what they do there. I understand that, I don't know. I see a lot more. I mean, I see the protests in Germany. I see, we're not really following anything particular there, and that's, I guess you consider the euro like a weak Deutschmark, I guess, and then, we see more in Britain, where we see a lot of noise in Britain, Friday was a great day. I was up $1,800 and down $200 today, and that is, let me think. That was in. Let me see what you're in. You're trading. Let me see what you're trading. You're trading. I'm trying to see what you were trading on. Okay, well that's good. I don't think you were talking about that. Who was asking? Oh, it was Janos D was talking about Brent and so forth. Okay, Forex. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll tell you. The currencies trade through the holidays much better than anything else. They're the second most active product in the world. I mean, you've got currencies, and they're actually like bonds in many ways. I mean, bonds are the most active thing in the world, and so currencies, they need. What do they need? They need. People need currencies to transact sometimes. They can step in and they can. No matter what day it is, holiday, Christmas, whatever, if they need it, they'll step in and buy the currency they need. Whereas people are not trading like bonds on Christmas or Thanksgiving around here, or trading, over weekends. They don't really care. There's not a necessity. But if someone's buying and selling something from another country and they need to pay for it, they will reach in to their banker and pick up the currency and do it, Which makes currencies a very interesting product to trade always. It's a good product to trade because of that. All right. Any particular currency you were watching? Was it Canadian? Were you trading the Canadian? All right. Let's jump over to there's cable. All right, we've done cable. Let's see. Where do we go from here? Let's go to. Oh, let's see what the Turkish lira is doing. It went into that sell on. Now, what is that? That's a green there, so you can't be a sell there. It's the sell is here on the 27th on Friday. So it looks like it's pressing down, and look at the weekly. It's doing its best. And where are we at now? We've hit the 52 mark, right? But we're already starting to bleed on the downside. Let's just double check that. That's line 17 right there. We talked about this for weeks now. Getting to the 52 mark. That's going to be very interesting, is that this might be the week, finally, that this thing, after one full year, goes into a weekly sell. And you can see we got 2 red dots already, and the pressure is down. We thought this might be an A, then a B, and then a C. We'll see if that happens that way, or if it just turns back up again. Joshua says, let me say how let's see. Farkas, hello. Hello to you. Let's see, Forex. It's frowned upon morally. What, trading over holidays? Well, I think if a company needs it, they're going to reach in and grab it. That's for sure. Euro, Canadian, yen, gold, and Tech 100. You were trading those on what, Friday? Well, it was a short day anyway, so it was a good day. It was a good action. There was some good action. I didn't really pay attention to it. I was doing other things, but it was a good day of action. I think one of my traders was trading it and did well too. I think he traded the night before in the European hours, and then traded into the early morning hours. From like 2:30 Eastern. I guess it was 1:30 Mountain Time AM. He was trading. So, let's see. Farkas says, how does one goes to transform a strategy that yields a string of small wins followed by a big loss into a strategy that yields a string of small losses followed by a big win? Interesting. In the euro. Interesting. Well, I guess the best question of all is, what tools are you using? You know what I mean? What tools are you using? What's the equals MC squared? Well, I guess it would be more like F equals ma. Because I would say force equals mass times the acceleration, and whereas E minus, actually you threw a minus in there, E minus mc square would be more of an energy thing, and I guess you could use energy also. There's no doubt about that. I do. I guess you have to go back, do your research. Let's take a look at that. All right, let's go over to here. This is the shorter term stuff of this is the Tech 100 right here. This is the Russell 2000 right here, and this is the S&P 500 there. All right, now let's take a look at one of the products you're looking at. There's gold. We're using an hourly chart. We're using a contract chart. We're using a tick chart. What were you using? Oh, look at that. That's gold. It's down pretty good today, isn't it? What product were you using? What reference frame you were using? In other words, was it ticks, minutes, hours, contracts, volume trading? What were you using? We can take a look at it and see if we can explore it together. We can do that. I have no problem trying to explore something like that. Since especially nobody else is asking to look at anything particular. You're up. It's tag, you're it. So see if you can tell me what you were looking at. We can take a quick look at it and try to analyze how to analyze. I guess that's what it really comes down to. So you were using, let's see, daily euro. Let's go for Farkas. Let's see. So Farkas was using the euro. Okay. So let's take a look at that. And it was a daily. So let's go back to that again then. All right. So let's go over to J4X. No, not J. Yeah, J4X has it up there already, I think. Does it have it up there already? No, we're looking at. Yeah, there it is there. It's in J4X. Okay. So you can see here, it got through the buy and it's been long all the way up to here. We are, as you look on our spreadsheet, we've been in a weekly buy for 6 weeks, so it was a safe long. All right. Now, let's take a look at it here on Chicago Quant. Same situation. And I guess you're basically saying is that on the I like that, Joshua. That was good. I like that a lot. I guess what you're saying is, how does one go to transforming a strategy that yields a string of small wins followed by a big loss? Now you're really talking about a daily overnight trade, right? So into a strategy that yields a string of small losses followed by a big win. Trailing stops, I imagine, is one of them. Do you use trailing stops? That's a start off with. How do you basically protect your gains to start off with? And what decision making gets you out on those on those small wins? What's the strategy there? And we can go to since we're on a daily chart here for it. That's probably part of it right there. So you type that out. We'll see what we can figure from there. So let's see now. Where are we at? So I'm just waiting for that. We'll wait for that and see what you come up with there. But I would imagine the first thing is a trailing stop would start off when you're trading the hard delta. Second way would be is using options. That would be another one too, is using options to get long and bull spreads. And then when it breaks down, you're limited to, the gains will outnumber the losses solely because you have a limited amount of risk to start off with. Momentum trading, it yields small wins. Okay. So is that an indicator? You're using a momentum indicator? So is that what it is? You're using a momentum indicator? Which momentum indicator are you using? Are you using the stochastics like we're using on J4X? And what defines you to get out? with the momentum indicator? Is the momentum indicator turning and dropping? Is that how that works? Yeah, so that's the one I want to hear about. Is that what tells you in that? I want to see the momentum indicator, and then second of all, I'd like to see how on a daily basis. That would be very interesting. And do you use trailing stops? RSI overbought sold. Okay, I would go with stochastics more. Reversion. I find stochastic to be more accurate than RSI to start off with. Have you tried putting in something like what we do on J4X and compare the two? Let's put an RSI in there. Let's see if we can put it into the J4X. So we go with, let's see, let me think, where's it at? And let's make it the whole page there for a second. Let's see, where are you? Indicators. Add an indicator. RSI. Let's see, momentum indicators. Where's the RSI? There's ADX, which isn't ADX basically the same as our RSI? Oh, there's a Bill Williams one too. Let's see. Overlap, pattern recognition, price transfer, stochastics. Tom Bukowski. Let's see. Not there. Not there. Not there. Not there. I think ADX is RSI, right? Not there. Pattern. Not there. Not there. Not there. Not there. Not there. Not there. I don't see an RSI. Let me just Google that real quick. I think RSI and ADX is the same. Let's just take a quick look. Let's see. Indicator. Relative strength indicator. Okay, so let's see. And then ADX versus ADX. Okay, here we go. Let's see what that says. ADX indicator can only help us to gauge the the intensity of the trend. We need to RSI indicator for entry signals. RSI uses a 20-period setting, which is the same as the ADX indicator setting. Finally, your chart setup should have the bottom both ADX and RSI. Where is RSI in this? I'm a little confused why I don't see that. Why don't we see a relative strength indicator? RSI. Am I missing it? Traders, do you see me missing it? RDX, I still don't see it. Don't see it there. Oh, maybe I see what the problem is. I'm not scrolling down. Okay, so that's all right. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. Right there. Momentum indicators. There we go. RSI must be in here. There we are. All right, now. Okay, so there's the RSI. And so let's see, what are you using there? So RSI on the right side down the scroll bar, right? Exactly. Oh, thank you. See, I do only manual trading because I don't trust fully automated systems. I agree with you, they can be challenging. Quick filter, just type RSI. Okay, there we are. Now, so you can see here when using the stochastics against each other. Let's grab a hold of the mouse there again. When you're using the stochastics against each other, you see, like here, they're both like right there. It's rising again, the RSI, and then you can see it breaks down up in here. And then you can see here when it breaks down here, this has already been in a slope for a while. Now, I wonder if we can grab this and move it up onto that. See if we can go with, move it. Let's see. Restore default, arrange. Let's see. Edit indicator. Maybe we can put it in the same spot. Let's see. Time period. Closing price 14. Advance. On a new candle only, highlight the time, calculate, show indicator on all periods, base period, levels, output, input. Let's see. How do I get it up on there? How do I move it? Let's see. Move to existing panel. There it is. Okay. All right. So there you have the RSI breaking down here. And so see the difference when you put them against, you put the RSI, I think we did this before about 4 or 5 months ago. Notice that like here's the RSI breaking down. Matter of fact, should we make that, it's the edit indicator, and let's see if we can change the color. How about if we make it yellow? There we are. Can we make it thicker? With. I see. There we go. Okay. So there it is there. All right. So you can see here, you know, and we'll widen it out a little bit like that. You can see on using J4X, this got us bullish, and that's okay. The RSI joined in. So they both get bullish here. Look at that. They gave us an arrow. How nice. Now it rises, and then it starts to change color, but our work doesn't break down until here. So you were getting out basically where? Right here. So you got out here, and you can see even when we got, you know, this not, you know, I don't know about we, but right here on our way we read the 2, the RSI against the stochastic, notice that it's even higher than where you got out here. How's that sound? Let's see. RSI is on the right side. I've been a low-level C++ ASM programmer for a long time. I still don't trust computers. No, I hear you. I've been using computers since the 70s, and I don't trust them. So no, remember what we used to say when we were young. Was we used to say, garbage in equals garbage out. So in other words, whatever you put in is what's going to come out. So if you put, you know, fantastic in, fantastic out comes out. You know, in other words, it's all comes down to the programming. I agree with you. But you can see the difference there. It's pushing you into cells early. Like look at this one. It goes through the buy here. Okay, it starts you off early there. That's okay. And then, you know, you might want to keep these 3 together. And then notice that it pushes you into the cell here, whereas this doesn't push you into a cell until here, giving you more opportunity. Look at the high there. I mean, you would have made more money there again. And then they both join in again right there, getting long. And then it pushes you out of the trade right here, your RSI. Whereas the 2 stochastics are still long. You see that? How's that? That might help you out more. So that's, and you know what? I think we may call this webinar today RSI versus stochastics. That would be a really good. You know, this is a good way of looking at products. So you can see when you're using indices and indicators against each other, you can see the insight that develops from it versus instead of just looking at the normal numbers. Remember, who was it who said it earlier? Oh yeah, Joshua said it. E equals MC squared. You know, he was you know, making a smart joke that is real, in the sense that what does E equals mc squared really represent? It represents the relativity formula, really, when you think about energy and mass. Now, obviously, Albert Einstein didn't get a Nobel Prize in relativity because they don't know how to, even now, it's more of a mathematics. It should have been a Fields Medal. He should have won a prize for coming up with a way of advancing Maxwellian or Lorentz or Riemann concepts, that type of thing. I guess Euler, but whereas his E equals mc squared is he won his Nobel Prize on that and the photoelectric effect. So, in essence, it's an Albert Einstein thing in the end result, and that is that it's relative. One indice or indicator, one indicator versus another, not its raw number, but where it's relative to. You said that the stochastics are better than the RSI. Why? Well, you can see it because they're reading, they're smoothing out the raw data much better than the RSI. See it on the screen there? I mean, look at that. Which one do you trust there? Do you trust the stochastics or do you trust the RSI? I mean, obviously, the proof in the pudding is, look at it. It broke down. Let's move this over a little bit. Right there. You can see here, they both go into a buy here. See that right there? And your RSI goes into a buy here, which is okay. And this is a little bit late to the party, but not by much, just by a day. Now, it gets you out here, okay? But notice it's still that high. This is Hinky-Ashi. This is not just raw bars. So then what happens is that that line right there is getting you out, right? That gets you out of the trade. Are you getting long again on this one? And then getting whipsawed and driven down? Now here, this gets you in right here, but doesn't get you out until here. So now you're getting out much higher than what you did from here and in and out here. And then you can see the stochastic, is telling you to be short, and the RSI is telling you to be short. And then they both bottom together. And you can see the long is here. Now you can say, you could be using this, the change of color, and using that. And, you might be catching ahead, but then you're getting out here, somewhere's in here that day, and you can see the bigger win is coming out of here. And the sell is coming here, and now it's trying to get you long here, which is fine, and it doesn't get you long until here. So the entry is a little bit better. So you can see the entries seem to be better on the RSI, but the I would use, if you're going to use RSI, use the stochastics with it. So in other words, on this case here, right here, which is a good example, it tries to get you long again here, and the RSI is still, the stochastics are still long. And then it gets you short here again, and it rises another day. Does that get you stopped out? Is that what's giving you the problems, those stop outs? Yeah. For us. FM, what's happening? Hello, hello. So I think that's the best way to look at it. And then so incorporate it into your system. And it'll give you a fighting chance against knowing the work. So let's see if we can throw an RSI into my work now. Let's see, study and RSI. Let's see, in the R's. Where's RSI? I saw it right there. There was RSI. And we'll put it in 2. And see how it looks against my work. Now I think we have to fix the style of it so you can see the bloody thing. And I'm gonna get rid of these two guys right there. Make them invisible. And we're gonna make the RSI, why don't we make it green? So you can see it, and we'll add some weight to it. There we go. Now, the ultimate in technical analysis research. Doc challenging RSI. There we go. Now let's see what it does here. My work goes bullish here, and the RSI, it's not doing that color thing. So it does turn up, but my work bottomed first and broke through it and caught the read. So you can use this. What is this? This is Euro, okay? And then you can see here, my work breaks down. RSI is still cruising along. It may have gone minus then plus. My work breaks down here and tells you to be short. And so you can compare my white line against that green. You don't have to look at the black histogram since they're analogous to each other. So just use the white against the green. And as you can see that the RSI is lagging behind me. I'm already in a short here. This thing is aiming down, and it might be telling you to go short. You know, it could be. It could be doing the same thing as it does on J4X right there. Oh, you can't see it. There we go. So there it is right there. So there's the RSI as a green. But you can see my white line out distances it constantly. And so there's the RSI, the green line. And it's taking you, I don't know if it's taking you in and out. I've got, my work told us to get short in here, or be careful and be on the sell side. It breaks down. This is turning down the RSI. And then I'm back into the game again. It turns up also. And then when you see the movement, I think mine's ahead of it. And so there's the challenge there of which one is better. I like the stochastics better. It seems like now, no doubt that if we can get this thing to change colors like it does on J4X. Let's see. Is that a different type of RSI? Let's see. Indicator. Is there a way of making that do colors? Properties. Let's see if there's another RSI we can get that'll do the ins and outs. Let's see. Indicator again. See, Doc is a very brave technician. I'm willing to take a look at add. Rate of change. Relative strength. Could we consider, let's see, price reversal. Let's see, relative strength indicator and rate of change. Let's look them up and see what the difference is. So RSI versus rate of change. All right, momentum, rate of change, ROC, relative strength indicator. So furthermore, both RSI indicator and the stochastics oscillator give greater weight to the last closing price. Relative strength index. Not to be confused with, let's see, relative strength index is a momentum indicator measuring, okay, why want to tell me about ROCs? Trading with a rate of change. The rate of change, or ROC, is a technical indicator that is classified as a momentum indicator. Okay, so they're both momentum indicators, right? The ROC is similar in behavior to an oscillator and falls in the same category of an indicator such as RSI of the stochastic. So that's that. Okay. I don't know how to make this thing do the color thing, but I bet it would be identical to this. You know, I mean, I would imagine every time it turns down, it turns, you know, notice it's not yellow going up. Let's just take a look at that again. Notice it's never yellow going up. It only turns yellow when it's going down. So you could say that it's yellow here, just like we're moving down, and then it's going up again. Our work is still going down, and the market is trying to go down. It moves up for the day, but it doesn't whipsaw you. And then, you know, this is all yellow, I'm sure. And our work is in a cell here, and they're both together, and that's fine. So it whipsawed you here a little bit. Our work doesn't. So now here it goes up with it, and then it goes down, and then it goes up, but it's bullish. Our work is steadily bullish in here. Oh, you can see a little red there, so we win the sell with it, and then we go into a buy, and now it pushes you into a buy. Our work is back into a buy for this. This was long straight through. That was long straight through there. And then let's see. This turns down again, and ours goes sideways then down, right there into the sell. This turns you into a long. We're still in a short. And I guess that would be the best way to keep on looking at it, comparing it each time, that which one pushes you into a buy versus a sell, whereas ours just continuously keeps you into a sell or keeps you into a buy. So that we can label it this way. We'll label this title of this webinar as something like let's see where it is, right there. So we'll go with let's go with the title, because we're already past the time of splitting. So we're going to call this, what are we going to call this? This way you can look at that at the same time. There we are. All right, so we'll go like that. And so we're going to call this, let's see, RSI Stochastics and Doc's math. How about that? Doc's math. There we go. I think that's what we're going to call that. All right. Let's see where we at. All right, guys. Thank you for taking the time to do these webinars outside of a private group, etc. Okay, that's cool. Always, I'm able to get my opinion out and research. I like to do research. This pushes me to do more research. I like research. I'm the ongoing research project. All right. This is Doc from North America. Like to say happy trails to you, and we'll see you again on Tuesday. Happy trails to you, to all.